Good morning. Welcome back. Um, this is the second video, or the third one, so to say. Um, in this video, I will be showing you how to use the IXL for learning and teaching your students. So, um, you go to learning after you have done diagnostic, or even if you did not do diagnostic. So you go to learning. Now when you come to learning, it will give you so many options, or you ask the students to click this learning. It will give you recommendation if the student have been using this IXL before, or if you have done a diagnostic evaluation, or you have used the diagnostic tools. So it will give recommendation of possible skills that the student should learn, or the student is lacking. So don't use this one, just go straight and select one of the subjects that you want to take. Good news for maths and language arts teachers, you have varieties of tools that you can use to teach your class. So if you are a maths teacher, you select maths. This is very important. I want you to look at this one. This level uh, is equivalent to this A is kindergarten, and B is preschool, C is grade 1, D is grade 2. Let me show you. I have tried to extract this thing. So this is how it is. Grade 2, G2, D is grade 2, E is grade 3, like that. This is the code that's IXL I've used for this kind of package. So now supposing I want to teach grade 3 students, so I will just go to I want to teach grade 2, I'll go to D. Grade 3, I'll go to E. So I'll click this E. It will give me a list of the topic that the student can learn in this grade or level. So now supposing I want to teach the students even or odd numbers, so I will click this one. Then this one comes. This is when the student already know uh, about this topic, and you just want the students to start uh, answering questions immediately. Otherwise, if you are using this for the first time, you need to teach the students what is the meaning of odd numbers and how to identify odd numbers. So for that reason, you're gonna click learn with an example. So you click this one, or ask the student to click it, then it will give uh, some example. Learn with an example. So ask the student to click this speaker if, for example, you want to. Uh, so this is a question. Now, how do you explain this? A number is even. You are explaining to the student now if it ends in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0. So you are teaching the student how to identify even number. This can be in addition to what you know before. Then a number is odd if it ends in 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. So this is what you're going to tell the students for him to understand what even and odd number means. Then what is now the answer? The answer is 83. Why? Because 83 ends in 3, which is what has been explained here. Supposing the student did not still get it, so just go and refresh this page. Another example will come. Click here and refresh this page. Click and press enter. Another example will come. So again, you go back to learn with an example. So you click here, then another example comes. Can you see? Is 50 odd or even number? Make the explanation again if possible. Then what is the answer? If the students still don't get it, you can still go refresh this page. Another example will come. Go again, learn with an example. You see, another example come. So keep doing this until the students understand odd and even numbers. Then ask the student to go back to practice. Back to practice. Then the student can now start answering question while you watch and see how the student is doing it. Please make sure that the students are not guessing. The reason why they have to do this in your presence is that they don't guess. I mean, they pick even, and the IXL said it's wrong, and they pick odd. No, make sure they are not guessing, because if you are not there and they are doing it, they begin to guess, and at the end you think they have scored high. Meanwhile, they don't understand the topic. So make sure you are there and they are getting this thing correctly based on their understanding. So you can do this also for language. Language arts selects which level you the student is. Then, for example, if you go to syllables, this is English. So it's asking, listen to the word, how many syllables does it have? You can click learn with example. The student is being exposed to this for the first time, so you need to teach them and give them some examples. You need to tell them what is syllables, then see how you can apply it to this. So click this word penny. So how many syllables does it have? A word, words are made up of syllables. Each syllables has one vowel sound. It's explaining syllables to the student now. So how do you now identify how many syllables a word has? To count syllables, try clapping as you say each part of a word. You can also count how many times your jaw drops as you say each part of the word. So this is how to explain syllables. Then at the end, you get your answer. Supposing the student did not get this explanation at first time, refresh this page, click on the link and press enter, or you can do it in varieties of ways. Then again, you go to learn with example. It brings another word. Okay, so listen to the word computer. Then how many syllables does computer has? Again, it's bringing now a different example. With this example, then you can solve uh, the problem of computer. So supposing the student still did not understand, you can click here, click this ring kind of arrow. It will refresh the page. Once it refreshes the page, go again, learn by example, learn with example. It brings another word until the student understand what syllable is. Then you ask the student to click go back to practice. Then the student will continue and make sure they don't guess. Please, I'm trying to emphasize this because from experience, students do just guess. They don't, it means they don't know it if they are guessing. So they need to strike the correct answer at once. In one attempt. So please make sure they don't just guess. They really understand the topic. So this is for maths and English. For science, you need to prepare some material for the students in form of PowerPoint or Microsoft Word. Try to explain to students. Pick this topic one after the other. Material. Talk about material. Talk about properties of materials. Then talk about properties of material, how to identify materials in an object. Then identify multiple materials and objects. So you need to first of all treat this topic by giving the student a note. Let the student explain to the student. Let him or her read it and understand it. Then you can come here and let him practice question. For example, identify multiple materials in object. So the student will come here, he should be able to identify what are the materials that this object is made of. This is a gene, okay, the one that we hear, we wear, the boys and the girls. So what material can you find in this? So the student should be able to answer it based on the notes and the class explanation that you have made to the student. So this is also applicable to social studies. So you first of all select the materials. If you select level F, so everything that has to do with America should be replaced with the history of Nigeria. So everything that has to do with history of America, try to replace it with history of Nigeria. So you get materials on geography and oceans and continents. You must have taught the students. Then you can ask the students to later come here and take some examples. I hope this really explain or give you some insight on how to conduct your classes using iExcel. So you can still contact me if you have any clarification to take. With this, I think the life will be easy. So don't give students assignments on iExcel. I want them to practice iExcel while you are there. The assignment you're going to give them should be written assignments. Written assignments. So you are going to look for worksheets. An example of places where you can get worksheets is education.com. So once you finish your class with the students, just go and look for worksheet. For example, this is grade 3 worksheet, and go to, you can give them game, you can give them projects. Go to printable worksheets. So you can see here, so once a student have finished a particular topic, come here and look for worksheets. For example, this worksheet for punctuation. So put these worksheets on Google Classroom, let the students download it, then solve the problem and send the answer back to you. And if the student can even write with their iPad or something to solve the problem, this is also fine. And if they have to print it, write, then take a snap and send it back to you, this is also fine. So I will be sending you links of where you can get relevant worksheets for the topic that you are doing, and with that you can share with the students. Thank you very much. I hope this video helped. Thank you.